Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome to the NeuroGraphica School by Lana Shalom. Today, I will be leading you on a series of questions and answers. And as we try to understand more and more, what is the NeuroGraphica method? I will be sharing my presentation, so you can follow me as you listen to me talk and explain and answer most of your questions. All the questions that you see here are the questions given to me on my YouTube videos as comments, or a lot of them are questions that my students ask me, or people ask me, sending me emails and sending me messenger questions by Facebook or social media questions, okay? On Instagram, people ask me, send me instant messaging, or like I said, as comments under my YouTube video. If you have more questions, by the way, you're welcome to ask here as well under the video. Okay, and I would like to ask you to please support my channel by clicking subscribe, by clicking like for the video, so that YouTube will see that this is an interesting video. So YouTube will be sharing the method of NeuroGraphica that I'm sharing with you, can be shared with other people who will also find it to be relevant and interesting and helpful. So let's see, what are we going through today, okay? I'm going to lead you through a series of questions. I'm actually going to break down this video into some smaller parts because I know it's easier for people to watch it more like 10-minute videos as opposed to an hour video, okay? Where I will be answering questions just for you to know. Question number 1, is it permissible to rotate your NeuroGraphic art while working on it? I heard on another channel that it could confuse one's mind if you rotate when you work. Well, I don't even know, is this a silly question? First of all, there are no silly questions. There are no silly questions whatsoever. You're welcome to ask me any questions you want. I will be happy to answer based on my extensive experience within the NeuroGraphica method. I am a NeuroGraphica instructor since 2018. I started drawing NeuroGraphic in 2017, so that's 8 years. And I learned NeuroGraphica with the creator, the founder of the method himself, Pavel Piskaryov, PhD. I actually met him personally. I traveled to St. Petersburg, Russia in 2018 during my year of learning, and I learned with him personally, not just online. So that's a lot of what I'm going to explain to you. This is very important to understand. There's a lot of misconception and misinformation about the NeuroGraphic method, because it's like the game Broken Telephone, right? People hear something from one person, then they formulate their own opinion about what they heard and give it to another person. So it's very important. Everything I give to you, all the information, is based solely on the teaching from Pavel Piskaryov himself. I am still learning. I am signed up as part of the ongoing course learning. I constantly watch all his videos. I constantly learn with him, because every time he gives new understanding, new explanations, he answers questions. So everything I teach is from the horse's mouth, so to say, directly from the founder himself. So that's just to clear up that there is no misinformation here and misinterpretation. I hear the information, translate it in English, and give it to you, okay? So let's talk about the rotating drawings, okay? I'm actually going to change my camera just to show you de facto, right? Because most of my learnings, those of you who don't watch me the first time, you know, I don't just teach, I don't just talk theoretically, but I enjoy giving you practical information, okay? Let me check my camera so that you can see this straight. Okay, so let's see. Let's choose any drawings of mine, okay? Let's see, okay. So it's interesting to start noting that within the NeuroGraphic method, we are actually encouraged, and this was highly discussed during the instructor course, that while drawing, right? Let me find something here that I didn't complete. And you can see that even something that was done as like during the drawing, okay, first of all, the completed drawing, yes, it may make sense for your mind, mentally, neurologically, to look at the drawing the way you created it. Okay, this is a neurotree as part of the quadrant metamodern quadrant algorithm. This was a part of my reparenting course, and it makes sense for me, for my mind, especially this was done a year ago. I connected the drawing, I remember what the topic was, and it may make sense for me to look at it the way it's intended. Now, I start noticing, and you can do that. This can be done even while you're drawing, in the middle of the steps, okay? If you, after step 3, you can rotate your drawing and start noticing, okay? Remember, everything we do in NeuroGraphica, we notice through the reflection process, phenomenological process of understanding how do we relate to what we see, to our vision, through the most important parts of who we are, through our mind, what are we thinking, through our emotions, what are we feeling, through the body, what is the sensation, the actual physical sensation within my body. And then we also connect to the fourth part, something that's hardest for us to connect to, our soul, our intuition, but we do connect to it once we go through the 3 steps. This will all be explained in part that I will make a separate session called the reflection process. But notice over here, notice how interesting. If I start rotating, I start noticing that my mind looks at this drawing not necessarily as part of the neurotree algorithm, which we know is always a vertical drawing, but I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, what is this? How do I connect to this? And again, I can connect to it through my emotions. How do I feel about the 2 circles being on top? I actually feel good. I feel interested. I feel hopeful. I have this feeling of the emotion of hope, the emotion of belief. And I also started noticing that I have a little emotion of fear. I started connected. Now, the idea here is not to analyze, start thinking, why do I have fear? Why do I have hope? But rather just connect to that emotion and then move on. What is my thought? My thought is, I feel like this is like a connection. This is like a bridge, like somebody who crosses a bridge. The bridge is usually narrow, right? You cross the bridge and you get from one point to another point. So that's something, a connection I made mentally. How do I connect it within my body? Within my body, I started noticing connection within my tummy, within my abdomen, and also started noticing a connection within my heart, within my chest. Okay, so I can even put my hand and connect to it. And then go further, right? Start moving further one more time. How do I connect to this drawing? The 2 circles are now on the left side, and my neurotree is upside down. I must be completely honest with you. I feel extremely uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable on the body level. My body is fighting. My body is really telling me, turn the page around. Don't do this to yourself. This is wrong. This is very wrong. And as I noticed my body saying, I realize actually that's my mind telling me. Now, to connect to your body, it doesn't talk the way I just pronounce it, but rather we're supposed to get quiet. Just connect. What body part is kind of jumping up? It's again, it's my abdomen, but compared to the previous where I just had the sensation in my abdomen, now I have an actual physical pain in my abdomen. And that's now for sure my body telling me. That's how the body tells you that it's uncomfortable when you start having pain. Okay. And emotionally, I connect to the emotion of uncomfort, emotion of fear, emotion of threat. I feel threat. I feel anxiety. That would be the true emotion here, a high level of anxiety. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn this way. And now my body feels like breathing deeply and relaxing. My body is relaxed. I connect to some tension in my back. As my abdomen becomes relaxed, I start feeling my feet, right? The sensation within my feet, connecting to my feet. I actually make sure that I'm going to rub my feet on the ground, connect to my feet, maybe ground myself a bit. But I also feel the sensation in my upper back and the sensation in my forehead. Overall, again, the sensation within my body would be relaxation. I'm very relaxed. The tension that was in the previous when I had the different layout, right, is kind of gone. The emotions I connect to now is relaxation, tranquility, peace, love, comfort, tenderness. The mind is telling me the thought that this connection, right? This is like a little neuro lotus or like some kind of flower. My mind is telling me it's a flower. It's a flower of love, flower of hope, flower of light that we're all connect to. And also my mind is telling me this kind of looks like to me like a neuro rain, right? This is the clouds and this is the grown sprouts of something that I have planted. I planted a year ago, it's grown. That's what my mind is telling me. But I'm going to go to the fourth part now, breathing in and breathing out. I just feel like meditating, just breathing in and out quietly and just connecting to certain sense of tranquility and light and joy. This is the part I was connecting to. I guess you didn't see the flower. This is a beautiful, beautiful algorithm. I love this algorithm. If you are interested, I would be happy to sell this algorithm even as part away from part of the reparenting course. This was a truly amazing, magnificent algorithm that I drew. Breathing in and breathing out. And now I'm going to turn it back. Okay. So to answer your question again, yes, it is permissible to turn your drawing around, to rotate your art while you're drawing and after it's finished. Okay. It will give you a chance to connect to different parts of who you are, to connect to different mindsets of yours, different emotions, different sensations hidden within your body that you need to connect to as part of our life experience. Okay. Trying to go back to my to my picture so that you can see me again. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let's go to the next question. We have question 2. Is it permissible to have neural lines that end before the end of the page? My understanding is that all lines must go to the edge of the page, So the answer to that question is you're actually correct. The way most of the drawings are done is that the neural lines must go to the ending, the edge of the page. Now, there are few algorithms that Pavel Piskario mentioned. You are allowed to draw the neural lines not fully reaching the edge of the paper. Those algorithms are the algorithms that are more like NeuroArt. We have 3 major algorithms. It's neural tree. You are allowed not to take your neural lines when you draw the tree to the very edge of the paper. That's allowed. I personally still suggest to draw them to the edge of the paper because this is how you mentally connect to going beyond what you see on the paper. But it is allowed if you have a different sensation or a different artistic vision because it's part of the NeuroArt style of drawing the algorithms. It's NeuroTree, NeuroLotus, and NeuroRain. Those 3 are artistic vision style algorithms. So you kind of draw within your vision. If you feel, you can even notice the, trying to see, oh, here it is. Right? There are some drawings like here. I'm going to show you. I'm going to share my drawing again. Right? Notice this is the NeuroRain. And some lines over here don't even reach the top because that's part of the algorithm. We're supposed to draw the sprouts. Okay, and the sprouts don't go till the very end. They kind of stop in the middle, right? And you can know this is not a finished drawing yet. But that's what it is. This is a part of the algorithm. So in this case, yes, you're allowed to. Again, the neural art algorithms, the neural rain, neuro tree, and neuro lotus, you're allowed to leave the line not fully completed, not fully like even neural lined, okay? Let's go on. Next question is question 3. Are the neural lines always drawn before the circles or shapes? Or does it just depend on the algorithm one is using? So the answer is, it depends on the algorithm. We have 3 ways to draw now any algorithm, okay? One algorithm will be starting with the lines, which are drawing the neural line. One algorithm will be starting to draw the circles first or the shapes, okay? If you're aware, if you took the neurocomposition course, you're an advanced student, you understand how to add the shapes of triangle and squares. You must have knowledge about them before using them in the neurographic drawing. Then you can start drawing the shapes first. Then you add the neural lines and the rounding and all the rest of the steps. And of course, we have the third type, which is what we learn actually the basic user course, the beginning course, how to draw the ARL. ARL is the algorithm for removing limitations, okay? And over there, we start doing the catharsis. But so it depends on the algorithm. Some algorithms start with the lines, some algorithms start with the shapes, and some algorithms start with the catharsis, okay? Let's go to the next question. Question 4, what is the path to becoming a practitioner? So there are 3 levels of practicing the NeuroGraphic method. I should even say, honestly, the 4 levels, okay? Level 1 is just happening to see any video on YouTube that kind of tells you about what NeuroGraphica is. Level 2, and you just started like, oh, I wonder what this is. This looks interesting. This looks trippy. This looks mind-blowing, you know, whatever your first impression is. Then you start looking, you start drawing from open videos, and you decide to actually get some certified knowledge. You go to the instructor, and you learn how to draw NeuroGraphica with an actual certified instructor. The first level is basic user course. The next level, you decided, I want to become a professional. I want to lead this course, bring this course to others. You become a specialist. By the way, both levels are available from my website, neurographicausa.com, lanashalom.com. And the third level, the highest level, is becoming an instructor. Instructors, you can only learn to become the instructor course from the institute itself. Check their website. I'm not sure the exact name. If you write Institute for Psychology of Creativity, I believe it's also known, they now name it Psychology of Creativity Institute. It's led by Anton Piskaryov, the son of Pavel Piskaryov, the founder of the method. And the institute is supervised by him. And that institute is the only place where you can learn. It's a very intensive course. It's a 9 to 10 month long. And it's an instructor's course. You learn all the modules of the NeuroGraphic method. You learn not just the algorithm, but also how to teach them to others. You take extensive tests and learning, and it's a very, very well-made course. That's how I became an instructor in 2018, and that's how you become an instructor. Now, the difference, a lot of people say, the difference between the specialist and the instructor. The specialist, you receive the permission, you get the certification to bring the method to others, to lead workshops with others, and to use a NeuroGraphic method within your practice, your person, whether you're a psychologist, social worker, yoga teacher, you know, artist even. But the instructors are allowed to teach the method to others and give them certifications similar to what I do. If you come to me, you take the basic user course, I will certify you in the course. You come to me, you decide to become a specialist, I will certify you in the course, okay? And so on and so forth. Okay, one more question for today's session. Who is your teacher and what university did you graduate from? I actually answered that question, but let's do it again. My teacher is Pavel Piskarev, the founder of the NeuroGraphic method. He's a philosopher, he's a psychologist, he's an architect. He's the creator of the Institute of Psychology of Creativity that exists in, there are two areas where the institute exists physically, in Zurich, Switzerland, and St. Petersburg, Russia. Okay. He's the owner of over 38 copyright certificates in humanitarian areas of development. Okay, and NeuroGraphica was created by Pavel Piskarev as a result of personal revelation, creative search, scientific research, field experience, and the development and design of this very unique graphical language. Okay, I have a lot of information on my blog. I have a blog where if you are into me, like me, you're visual learners, you like to read, you're welcome to see a lot of articles where I write about the NeuroGraphic method on my website, lanashalom.com. Now, a few months ago, I actually made a whole two videos where I extensively talk about who Pavel Piskarev is and what the creation, the NeuroGraphic method is about. You're welcome to search me on YouTube. It's Lana Shalom, the NeuroGraphic method. What is NeuroGraphica? NeuroGraphic presentation, it's called, where you can see and learn more about this truly amazing method. Okay? If you are interested in learning the actual courses and how to use this, you are welcome to, let me give you my website. Second. Right here. My website is neurographicausa.com and lanashalom.com. I'm inviting all of you to join me and learn the method of NeuroGraphic in its depth, in its understanding, learn more, watch the videos, and start using this amazing method to improve the quality of your life. Thank you for joining me today, and I'm wishing you a beautiful day or night ahead. Remember to please subscribe and share this video with others, as well as just press like. Thank you. I appreciate your support.